are coming to you live from $1 Million Studios. Your boys, Chris Speez,
a.k.a. the guy with the pasty skin.
And the benchmark of professional wrestling, Mr. Silky Baines.
The black guy with the gorgeous grin.
Oh, my God. Speez and the Benchmark Show on a Monday night, January 14th, 2018. We thank you so much for being with us here on Periscope and over on the YouTubes. Hope that you'll subscribe to the program wherever you happen to be watching us. Get those shares going, all you folks over there on Periscope, and checking this out on Twitter. If you see it, retweet it, share it with your people, share it with your followers. We always appreciate that. And, of course, if you want to chip into the cause here, you can do as a lot of people do, like our boy Alistair Fiend, get the tables, so on and so forth, and drop those super hearts over in the Periscope app. Or you can leave us a one-time donation over at the tip jar, tinyurl.com/SB tip jar. Because as Silky likes to say,
these bills need to get paid.
Indeed they do. And, of course, if you want to get in on the conversation tonight, you can do so on the phone lines. 832-937-4559 is the number to get in.
And it looks like a lot of people are in the room right now.
That's 832-93-SILGAY.
Oh, you did it. See?
No, we'll see. You
didn't do it good.
Where were you?
832-93-SILGAY.
There it is, 832-93-SILGAY. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. Silky, a little bit under the weather today, powering through it. It's cold here in Houston, man.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
You the tropical people, my brother, as they say.
We tropical. We don't like it this cold.
Yeah, it's frigid here in Houston. Now, the folks up north will piss and moan about the fact that we're complaining about it being in the 30s down here. But y'all are the same bitches that talk about 85 degrees being a heat wave. So,
exactly.
You know, it's just it's not the same. What's going on, Raven's Blood? And get well wishes from Jody. We appreciate that. Well, I know Silky appreciates that. And Brooke already. Okay, now Silky.
Too sweet.
Silky called it earlier that as soon as the main event was over, he went, oh, shit, Brooke's going to be happy in the chat tonight.
I didn't say, oh, shit. I was like, Brooke's going to be happy. See, why
well, not oh,
don't
shit,
do that.
But
don't do that. See, you see what he's doing, Brooke?
What
he's
am I
trying to
doing?
tear us apart.
Trying to tear us apart.
So, yeah, no.
Well, welcome to all of you, and big crowd tonight. We appreciate that over there in Periscope. And like I said, feel free to give us a call on the phone lines if you want to chat. There's a lot of stuff going on Raw tonight. There was good stuff. There was weird shit.
There was a whole bunch of weird shit.
There was
some bad stuff.
Raw is taking a different direction, clearly, and we'll talk about whether or not that's for the good or the bad. We're also going to touch on NXT UK Takeover Blackpool.
Yeah,
kind of a mouthful to get all that out there.
Yeah.
But that show obviously happened this past weekend as well. Look, before we get started, I got to bring this up, and I didn't tell Silky I was going to bring this up. What the fuck is up with R. Kelly? Did you watch this documentary, this fucking Surviving R. Kelly?
I heard about it.
Oh
Hell
my
no, I wasn't
God.
watching that shit.
What the fuck? That guy... Because here's the thing.
He's been fucked up.
Yeah, he's been fucked up, and the thing of it is people want to talk about... Because some people said it during the show. Like, well, nobody said anything because these were little black girls. Nobody said anything because R. Kelly's fucking rich.
Yep.
If you got money, you can be a weird motherfucker. See Michael Jackson. See O.J. Simpson. See, it's all kinds of... What is it Chris Rock said? If O.J. Simpson was broke, he'd be a rental murdering bus driver. I mean, that's
a
fact, man.
Yeah, I think it's really... Like, I think if we mentioned this on the show, not the R. Kelly, but back then, he was so, like, on top that any scandal was like not really touching him. And now as the years have gone on and people are more successful at doing this genre of music, so his relevance has slipped, now everything's sticking to him.
Yeah, and everybody's like, why the fuck didn't we see this? But people coming out and apologizing for having worked with R. Kelly in the past.
Yeah, I mean,
I
think that's a bit much, but I mean, the whole thing, no one better than I remember back when Aaliyah, there was a thing, he was like married to Aaliyah, and she was like fucking 15 when she first came out, and nobody really said anything about it, just like it was weird. Hell, she put out a song, her first album was called AJ Nothing But a Number,
and they talked about that shit in the documentary about how all this shit, like all his song titles and all the shit that he was singing about was like just right there and wide open, like this is the shit that I'm doing. It was crazy, man. I thought R. Kelly was stuck in some damn closet or something. Remix to Ignition still goes hard, but he's got a lot of good tracks. But fucking hell, man!
I was never really an R. Kelly fan. Like, he had a couple of songs that were really good, but like I never felt compelled to like buy any of his music or anything like that. And this is before all of that. It's just I thought there was other people that I enjoyed their music a lot more.
Yeah, well, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Shout out to you, Get the Tables, and looks like Jeffrey Cross there for the Super Hearts out there on Periscope. We appreciate that. This is not a conversation to talk about, says Bro. It's weird when it's the same temperature in New England as it is in Houston during what? Yeah, that's true. It is weird.
Speaking of New England, AFC Championship, baby.
Yeah, you guys got to get used to the fact that despite the fact that we come to you live from $1 Million Studios here in Houston, Texas, Silky is a New England Patriots fan. So
if they win, I'm showing nothing but Patriots gear until the Super Bowl.
Okay, well, they're probably going to win. So it goes. Keep it on the down low. Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, all that shit. It's like you look back and you're like, oh my God, what's going on? So
contagious.
Oh, shit. It's just getting worse as we go on. So let's talk about Monday Night Raw here tonight. So first and foremost, the big news I suppose you could say is the first and last segment of the program. First of all, we found out in the first segment, based on the fact that Braun Strowman blew a gasket and got pissed at Baron Corbin, started chasing him all around the arena, which led him back into the parking lot where he destroyed the limousine that Baron Corbin was hiding in. After which, Mr. McMahon came out and said, basically, what the fuck? You've just destroyed my limousine. What the hell are you doing? Was going to fine him $100,000. Braun says this piece of crap's not worth $100,000. And Vince says, fine, you want more than that? Then you're out of the Royal Rumble match against Brock Lesnar.
It was very anticlimactic.
A rather anticlimactic way to get him out of it.
And it's just further degradation of the character of Braun Strowman being a fucking monster. Like, I looked at the little thing, like, when Vince walked up and he started backing up like he was a little bitch. Like he was scared of magically old Vince McMahon. Like, the dude's old.
That's Mr. McMahon, though, man.
No, fuck that. That dude's so old that you assume he has magical powers because that's the only thing keeping him alive. Maybe he feeds on the tears of the WWE Universe for all the missed booking opportunities. Maybe
that's what it is. Speed's in extra good mood tonight with that Revival win. You know damn sure that's right.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent match, and they got the win. And I love the homage to Arn Anderson with the finish.
Great. They're great.
But the only thing that was stupid about the finish is he's out, right? Is he supposed to be out? Or, like, why are you complaining that your foot's on the rope? Like, if you were knocked out legitimately where you stayed down for the count, you wouldn't know, right? Am I right?
But don't fuck up a good thing, Silky.
No, I mean, I just thought it was stupid, like, how he was like, my foot's on the rope. Like, it wasn't like a quick 1, 2, 3, type of finish where he was clearly out of it. He got dropped on his fucking head.
Yeah, well.
So for all he knows, he could have been out.
But I like the fact that they're going back and they're saying, fine, you want to fuck with us? We can fuck with you right back. Top guys doing top guys things. That's a beautiful thing.
It was a good finish. Lashley?
Yes. Lashley, there's plenty to talk. Let's get back to this Braun thing. And Jeffrey Cross says it. I'm guessing he's not fully healthy. Yeah, from what I'm hearing, the elbow can't be good. You got to assume that that's why he's out. I don't keep up with the dirt sheets to have them tell me why he's out, but fact of the matter is he's not there anymore. So, of course, everybody and their mother comes out and wants a shot at the title. And it was first it was John Cena. Mm-hmm. Totally expected to see John Cena there. Drew McIntyre comes out. Not at all surprised to see Drew McIntyre there. Baron Corbin comes out. Not at all surprised to see him there. And then here comes Finn Balor.
Yep.
And Vince's response to Finn Balor coming out there about all the beef. And it's a perfect time to debut the Beef Overload.
Beef Overload!
Total Beef Overload in the ring. And here comes little Finn Balor. And Vince is like, I don't know if you can hang with all this beef in the room here. It's just a Beef Overload. So, nevertheless, I should say, Finn Balor did manage to get into the match until Jinder Mahal jumped on him backstage and said, Vince, what's up? I deserve a shot as well. So, fast forward, for those of you that didn't catch the finish, not only did Finn Balor win the Fatal 4-Way match and earn a title shot at Brock Lesnar in what we assume will be the main event of the Royal Rumble, if it's not the Royal Rumble match or one of the Royal Rumble matches, but he also won a match earlier in the night.
Yep.
And he ate a fucking end of days.
Yes, he did.
He ate an AA from the second rope.
He did.
And ate a couple chair shots.
And at the beginning of the night, he ate the Claymore.
So he basically ate everybody's finisher, plus a few chair shots, plus a match earlier in the evening, and still came out on top. I don't want to hear shit about Finn Balor not getting pushed anymore because that's pretty fucking impressive.
Well, I mean, it's one time. It's one.
No, but
match.
that's an impressive.
It was definitely an impressive showing, though, for Finn, and
it was very impressive. I mean, again, when Corbin hit the end of days, I almost lost. Silky was here by this point. I almost lost my shit because nobody kicks out of the end of days. It's one of the few finishers that they protect, and it's not because I'm a big Corbin guy, but I'm like, fucking protect the finishers. Let him have the end of days. Nobody kicks out of that shit. And thankfully, somebody broke it up.
Yeah.
Everybody kicks out of the fucking AA, so that's no big surprise at this point. Man, Finn Balor just, that was... I
was happy to see it, and I think that, most people, they're building the David versus Goliath, right?
Most definitely.
And eventually, someone has to take Brock down.
Okay, now I want to get to what Cuppy's Corner says here. I don't mean to interrupt you. Oh my God, Finn versus Lesnar. How lame is that going to be? I got to be honest with you. That was my first reaction as well. Little fucking teeny tiny Finn Balor taking on Brock Lesnar. What am I looking at here? Because, and I said this to Silky and he disagreed, and we'll talk about it now. I don't put Finn Balor, I don't put WWE Finn Balor, and I don't watch a lot of Finn Balor prior to WWE. I don't put WWE Finn Balor in the same class as an AJ Styles and a Daniel Bryan as a wrestler. Finn Balor is a lot of fucking kicks and stomps and a sling blade, basically, is what Finn Balor is. A fucking 140-pound guy jumping off the top rope and stomping Brock Lesnar ain't going to do a fucking thing.
It is. Have you ever... How about we record this? We have your son, David, who's considerably smaller than you, right? Jump up and land feet first on you. And then you tell me...
I'm not the beast. Brock Lesnar's the fucking beast. That ain't going to hurt the beast.
I was going to go somewhere, but you know what? I'm going to be nice.
I appreciate that.
Bitch.
He's an extraordinary man who does extraordinary things, says Brooke. What do you expect?
Yeah. Which I hate how they emphasize the extraordinary. That's just a pet peeve of mine. Like, that sounds like basic. You know what I mean? Like, he does extraordinary things. Like, he eats cereal, you know. Like, that's what it sounds like. But anyway.
Okay, okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I like that.
That's what I was just going to say. There's only one Greg.
If there was ever a time, if he does not bring the motherfucking demon out for Brock Lesnar.
You got to.
I will be forever pissed off that
you
brought it out for Baron fucking Corbin.
It was SummerSlam, to be fair.
No, it was Baron fucking Corbin. It doesn't matter what fucking event it was. It was Baron Corbin. I don't give a fuck who he was wrestling.
I keep forgetting to turn the fucking the guys were telling me earlier I got to turn that shit off so we don't have to okay those comments and such.
But
Demon versus the Beast, that's what Get the Table says.
Yeah, and that writes itself, and then people get excited because guess what? Now you've got a Demon who has never been beat, like he has never lost a match in WWE or NXT as the Demon, versus Brock Lesnar. One of those, something's got to give.
Yeah, that's the only way I buy Finn Balor winning that match. It's the only way I buy Finn Balor winning that match because of what they've done with the Demon character and so on.
But the Demon character is still the same Finn Balor.
No, it's not.
Yeah, in the essence, what does he do? Name one thing.
Raven's Blood just said it. Only the Demon can slay the Beast, buddy.
But what does he do different as the Demon that he doesn't do as Finn Balor?
I don't know. I haven't seen the Demon in a while.
But
he comes out with chainsaws and shit. He wears a lot of body paint.
Yeah, that's about it.
He gets pretty fired up. Did he lose to Joe as the Demon? Well, that was in NXT, right?
Wait, he did lose? Did he? No, I don't think he lost to Joe as the Demon.
Well, in NXT, didn't he always come out the NXT? Didn't he always come out to the main events when he was the champ as the Demon? No, but he didn't lose the title to Joe. He lost the title. Did he lose the title to Shin or to Joe?
He lost it to Joe.
That's what I thought.
And I want to say at some house show.
How many times have we seen the Demon on the main roster?
Not very many.
I mean, we saw him. He was the Demon the night that he won the Universal title.
Yeah.
He was the Demon when he came back to fight Baron Corbin at SummerSlam, which you were a big fan of.
No. But yes.
Alistair Fiend says he winks when he's the Demon. That's maybe that's it. Hey, Take the Bump has not been blocked. I believe Demon Finn lost to Joe in the cage match. Yeah, NXT. NXT is what I'm thinking of. So
was he the Demon? He may have been. But either way, it's like everyone's going to be excited. Yeah. I mean, he brings just as much as like a Daniel. What the fuck does Daniel Bryan do? He does some kicks and then submission. So you can't downgrade because everybody's fucking moveset can be broken down to the base level like you're doing with Finn Balor. Everybody. Brock Lesnar, he does some suplexes and an F5. Every now and then maybe a submission. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough. I give
give
Brock extra points because he's a fucking animal doing it, and he's tossing you around the ring like a maniac. Whereas Finn, again, it's a 140-pound guy jumping on you.
It's 100, but it's still.
I'm not gonna say it doesn't hurt, doesn't kayfabe hurt, whatever you want to call it.
No, it hurts for real.
Well, I'm sure it does.
That shit does not feel good, and especially coming down from that height. There's nothing you can do to make that not suck balls. And then they could, if they really wanted to, go with the Lesnar stomach. Do something to his ribs because remember
somebody mentioned that earlier. Props to you, whoever it was that said he's had multiple surgeries.
Yeah. So and then
he had diverticulitis, did he not? Oh fuck that, dude.
Yeah, that shit sucks.
Yeah, not cool. Smartita says that the first appearance of the Demon was in Corpus Christi of all places. Corpus fucking Christi of all places.
Corpus fucking
right down here in Texas. So yeah, it is a hell of a wrestling city. It's kayfabe, Silky. The Demon is like his superpower possessed persona. Let silly stuff be cool, Silky. How about that?
To what I say is, I have nothing to say to that. I mean,
I'm not going to insult our listeners here.
Because I like them.
Yeah. Satan takes Finn's body over with the pain. It's just that simple. It's just that simple.
Satan? Really? You got to go with Satan?
Well, the Demon. Mates, I'd have Balor win over Brock. I'd have Andrade win the Rumble and have him challenge Balor.
That would be bad.
I don't know. I mean, I dig the match.
I dig the match, but there's no way. I guarantee you there is no way that he won if Almas would win this Rumble. There's just no way. Because like I've stated before, WrestleMania, they tend to not want to do something out of the box and give something that, by the time they finally put AJ in a title match, he was a proven commodity.
That's true.
In their system. So I don't see that, they're not going to put two unproven commodities in a main event match at Mania. I guarantee you, if Finn Balor wins, he's going to be defending against someone like a Cena or an Orton, someone who they know.
Somebody who's a proven commodity.
Exactly.
A name. Yeah, I hear you. He had an intestine removed, says Take the Bump Pod. Holy shit, I didn't remember it being that bad. I knew the diverticulitis was a problem.
Yeah, it sucks. I've had that.
My mother had it. I didn't have it, but
yeah, I had it. It's not fun.
If Demon Finn loses to Lesnar at Rumble, what's even the point? Is it actually a push if it's only 2 weeks and then he loses?
That's a good question. I think it still could be. It all depends on what happens after the fact.
Well, here's the thing.
Because the push, he got the push to get to the title match. I get that. But if he loses the title match, is he still up there in that main event picture?
That's the thing. And everybody, and maybe it's because of the way that WWE's been booked in recent years. But shit, man, the idea that guys are only going to get one title shot. To me, if he loses, and maybe it's different because it's Brock and he only comes around once in a blue moon, so it's rare that he has rematches except against fucking Roman Reigns. But look, in the old back in our day, Silky, and yeah, I'm saying our day because you ain't that much fucking younger than me.
Back in your day,
back in our day,
motherfucker.
Guys didn't usually win the title on their first go. That was part of what made it so great when they actually did win, because and I'm talking about the faces, because they had to lose and lose and lose and lose, and then when they finally got it, it was a huge deal.
But they're circumventing that. They're just telling the same story in a different way when you look at it, because normally, yes, the face would challenge after challenge, and the heel would put obstacles that they'd overcome and get to that one title match and lose, and then more challenges until you get to this big match, and then the face probably wins and the crowd pops.
Yeah.
They're really just doing it, retelling that story with he hasn't been doing something, and now they're acknowledging that he hasn't been doing something. So this was the first road. So,
and can I just say, for all the people that complain about Vince being a part of the show and so on and so forth, Vince coming in there and Finn basically saying to his face, you didn't believe in me, but these people did. And then for him to go and get that win was fucking perfection.
Yeah.
That was perfect. That was absolutely perfect.
I don't think I needed the
Balor
John Cena at the end, like Vince
I don't think
believe,
we needed that either.
But I believe. Like, I don't give a fuck what you believe. I just beat you. Get the fuck out of my ring.
Not to mention,
you're still in my motherfucking moment. First of all, let's first and foremost, you shit on my finish because I just hit you with the finish, and then I pinned you. And then not even a minute later, you're up talking to me like nothing's wrong, not even like holding your stomach. And then you're going to shit on my moment. Fuck you, John Cena.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck you right in the ass for stealing my moment.
Going Jim Cornette there because he would be very pissed that somebody got up from a finisher that quickly. He'd say it's a
goddamn abortion and a disgrace.
I was just telling you because I was kind of mad for him because I would be pissed off. I would be 100%. If I'm Finn Balor, I get in the locker room. I don't care. I'm like, dude, you can't be fucking doing that. Yeah. You're stealing my moment. Like, this was my moment. This had nothing to do with you. You lost.
I don't think he's gonna
you
do
get
that
to the
John
back.
Cena. I don't think he's going to do it. I mean, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, I would. I mean, fuck it. They've already advertised this match. At least I'm going to get this match. I may not win. And fuck it, I'll go to All Elite. I mean, now that All Elite's out, you think WWE wants him to go to All Elite?
Fuck no.
No. They will fucking be like, okay, you know what? They'll acquiesce to what he wants. Like, AWE is actually bringing the talent a way to voice where they didn't have it before because there was nowhere else to go. Because where the fuck you gonna go? Impact? They'd be like, go to fucking Impact. Zack Ryder won't even go to fucking Impact. Like,
don't do
and we ain't used that motherfucker in like 2 years.
Yeah, that's not right. You can't do Zack Ryder.
I can't remember the last Zack Ryder match.
Yeah,
and he wouldn't even ask to leave because all there's out there is Impact. But I guarantee you now, he's going to be wanting that release soon, or they're going to be starting to do something with him.
Yeah, and no effects. He did not pull an Austin Aries, but, you know.
Well, no, it wasn't
bad. He ate the finisher and then had to get up on the mic and basically say, you know, give his ringing endorsement of Finn Balor and say, you said Vince didn't believe in you, but these people did. Well, you got one more guy that believes in you, and it's me. Shake hands, ladies and gentlemen, Finn Balor. It was, you know. How was Seth not in this match? Because he was in the Intercontinental title match earlier this evening, which we can get to now. But first of all, we got a packed house in Periscope. We appreciate that. Do us a favor. If you haven't shared the show on the Periscope app and shared it via Twitter, do us a favor and do that now so we can get some more folks in here. We got a packed house tonight. That's awesome. See, it's amazing what happens when Raw is a good fucking show. People actually want to come and talk about it. Thank you, WWE. We've been waiting patiently for you to put some decent shit on so that we would have something to talk about. Zack Ryder was in something 3 weeks ago. Yeah, they tried to get him in last minute because he tweeted out that he had gone the entire calendar year without appearing on Monday Night Raw.
Hell, fucking his old partner Kurt Hawkins gets more screen time than him.
No shit.
That motherfucker's like 0-348 or some bullshit like that.
Welcome to you, Dr. Hughes. Thanks for the super hearts. We appreciate that. Enjoyed your show earlier. Finn Balor is the little engine that could. I know Dr. Hughes is going to be psyched about Finn Balor winning. Dr. Hughes actually went on a big, I won't say tirade, but basically offered his reasons as to why he is not a huge Finn Balor guy. But, you know, there's a lot of people out there that are, and he's going to get his shot, so we shall see what happens. I don't watch Raw, but chilling listening to you guys. I appreciate that, Red Leaf Retrocast. Yeah, we get that a lot, Silky. And this is another thing about our program, those of you that may be new to us here. There's a lot of folks that either don't want to or don't have the time to sit through 3 hours of Monday Night Raw. Hey, if this is the only WWE news that you get, you're getting it from the best spot because we're going to tell you the shit that's good, and we're going to tell you the shit that doesn't matter, and we're not going to spend a lot of time on the bullshit. So, you know, just tune into us every Monday night right here after Raw, Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Central Time. Okay, let's get to the Intercontinental title. It's rare that you have the Intercontinental title changing hands on Raw not being the top story of Monday Night Raw because that doesn't happen very often, number one. And number two, the fact that it happened tonight and we're still halfway through the program, we haven't even gotten to it yet. Bobby Lashley, your new Intercontinental, the almighty Bobby Lashley, the new Intercontinental champion. What did you think of the triple threat match? Bobby Lashley, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose. Bobby Lashley comes away with the win. He is your new Intercontinental champion.
I like it. I like the fact that he won the belt because, I mean, honestly, I think they came to the same realization that I was coming to is that the only purpose for Dean having that title was to take it off Seth and kind of to complete that whole evil thing. I took something you love because it was very, Seth was very vocal about how much he loved defending the title and loved being the champion. So Dean took it really for no more than to take it off Seth. I don't think that's why now he started like to bitch and having to defend it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because he didn't really want to. Like, so I like the fact that Lashley won, but I did not like the fact that it was heavily interfered with by Lio Rush.
Yeah. Heavily.
Because of the fact that he's big enough, he can do that on his own.
What's up, Mark Will? Sorry, just want to say what's up to guys telling us what's up.
But he needed it on. He could do it on its own and maybe like have a little bit of like, the subterfuge of like, look here and stuff, distract like that. But he was physically getting involved. And like, I didn't need the spot. Like, we know you're fucking athletic. I don't need the whole, you do it every time you're out there with like Seth, where he chases you around. You do your little flippy shits to get out of it. And then he chases you into Bobby and Bobby drops you. It happens all the time. So we didn't need that. Like him breaking up and actually fighting. It was like, I think it was too heavy. Like if they would have just taken that out, all of that, it would have meant more when the one thing he did was the thing that helped, which is pull the rope down when he was going for the stomp.
Exactly. Yeah.
That would have meant more, but now it just kind of...
It was too much.
It was just too much. And
I agree.
I really think it took a little bit away from Lashley winning. But, I mean, I'm happy that he did win because it's, Dean didn't need the title. Dean doesn't need the title, neither does Seth.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people were saying.
They're both fucking made when it comes to being over with the crowd.
Yeah.
They'll be able to get plenty of good, high-profile matches without that title.
And that's
Bobby Lashley wasn't getting shit.
No,
the last high-profile match that motherfucker had was really the Roman Reigns shit. And before that, Sami fucking Zayn, or some bullshit like that.
Yeah. Lashley going to wear the IC, jumping back a little bit, Lashley going to wear that IC title backwards so we can see it while he does his favorite pose. We'll see about that.
Which, I mean, they need to stop that because, first of all, pause. First of all, I'd slap shit out of Lio Rush. You tell him that's my favorite pose. That implies that I bend over all the fucking time.
Yeah,
I don't do that shit.
Good.
Fuck that.
And Take the Bump agrees with you. Sorry, Bob Aruski, saying that Bobby needed the title. And, there's a lot of people that are saying, Get the Tables being the first, and DX there saying the same thing, that the Intercontinental title reign of Dean Ambrose was not very good. Yeah. But again,
he's really
to look at it from the way you say it, basically what happened is he was there to take it off of Seth, and they're putting it on somebody else. So
it was kind of like, if you look at it, it's like he's always had like bad title runs.
Who, Dean? Yeah,
his U.S. title run was shit.
His WWE title run was.
I mean, it was only all right because he was facing AJ Styles month in and month out.
Yeah, but that
did. Good. And then, his first Intercontinental title run wasn't that good, memorable. He defended it on the pre-show at WrestleMania. Like, he's just not been a good title guy. He's been a good story guy. Like, he gives us great stories and all of that, but I just don't think he needs a title.
Welcome to you, Kristen. Glad to have you with us. Dean defended that title 500 more times than Seth ever did, says Adam Awesome. Okay, I don't know. I seem to remember Seth defending it here and there, but, Yeah. It's been exposed Dean never cares. I don't know. People always go back to that Stone Cold Steve Austin interview and how Dean didn't come off so great on that one. Bobby Lashley is trash. And I really think he's a waste on Raw, to be honest, says Mark Will. Well,
God damn.
I wouldn't go so far as to call him trash, but...
not to his face.
No, certainly not to his face. Definitely not that. Let's see. Yeah, Red Leaf, we're not joking. He's actually the Intercontinental Champ. Brooks says he could do it on his own. I thought he was going to betray Lio Rush. I think Lashley and Lio Rush... As fucking obnoxious as Lio Rush is,
I think he's been...
They work.
Yeah,
It works. It really does work. Dean is a better chaser of the title.
That is
It's
true.
Different now that he's a heel, though.
Yeah, now that he's a heel. But, I mean, when he was face, but that goes with all faces. Like, that's the thing. There's more money in the face chasing the title than there is for the face actually being champ.
Yeah.
A prime example of that was Sting back in TNA. If you look back at the old school TNA, Sting would literally chase the title all year. And then he'd win it at Bound for Glory, their biggest show. And then the very next month, sometimes the
fucking lose it back.
next week, he'd fucking lose it and then start that bitch all over. Like 3 years they did that. He'd chase it all the way, win it at Bound for Glory, lose it the next show, and then chase it again.
Yeah. And Lit Mantis, thank you for the super heart, sir. We appreciate that. And Lit Mantis says, Lesnar about to suplex Balor 37 times, and he can't wait to see it in person. Hey, look, the overwhelming majority here seem to think that Demon Finn's going to show up and get the win there at the Royal Rumble. We'll see. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see what the reaction is if Finn actually loses, because we know the internet's not going to be happy about it. Because I can tell you the storyline right now. It's going to be, well, we could have had a full-time champ. We could have had a guy who's going to be on Raw every week, and instead we got stuck with Brock Lesnar. That's what it's going to be if Finn Balor doesn't win.
It's really no win in this situation if you look at it from the WWE standpoint, because if Finn Balor wins, you're going to have a lot of people like, this shit is so unrealistic. There's no way that little motherfucker could beat Brock Lesnar.
That's right.
Same shit you was talking. And then, you know, if he loses, it's like, oh, come on, you just refuse to push Finn Balor. Like, fans are so, what's Daniel Bryan say? Fickle.
Fickle, indeed. Kristen says, but Seth always has a good chase for it. That's what makes it interesting. Yeah, for sure. No effects fan. I have not seen svelte Kevin Owens. He's lost a bunch of weight, apparently. So
okay, that's good for him.
No more beef overload with Kevin.
Beef overload!
That's the whole reason I wanted to have that sounder, so that when he comes back, we could do that. No fucking way Finn beats Brock fucking Lesnar, says Lit Mantis.
I'm going.
Steve Weiser says Balor is not winning, and Lit Mantis says 0 chance. Here we go, Negrodamus, folks. Write it down. If you're putting money down,
Finn Balor will beat Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
I'm
what
calling
if it's
it.
just Finn Balor and it's not Demon Finn Balor? Is it the same
Demon
outcome?
Finn Balor will beat
Okay,
Brock Lesnar.
So if the Demon comes out, Demon's winning.
Yes.
I tend to agree. Simply
even
because...
though I would do it just to show that, you know, actually, because they built this Demon character up to the detriment of the actual character of Finn Balor, because it's like they build it up like he can't lose when he's the Demon, which means that he ain't shit when he's not the Demon. So then, which begs the question, why the fuck aren't you the Demon every fucking show if you're always winning when you're the Demon, but you're losing when you're Finn Balor? Now, doesn't make sense.
Another way I could see it play out is let Finn lose as Finn Balor this time and get him a rematch somewhere down the road where then he brings out the Demon and you say, okay, it's the Demon that had the win over Brock Lesnar. Because again, then it allows Finn the opportunity to chase it for a little bit and you build it up and maybe you have it as a
I just don't see it like, I'm just not a fan of, like I say, that I think that takes away from regular Finn Balor. Like, Finn Balor is just Finn Balor. Like, the Demon is just some cool shit. It's almost, to me, like, it should be like when Triple H comes to the ring and fucking Terminator with all the Terminators with the fucking heads. Just some cool shit you do at a big show.
That's the way I always looked at it until we got to WWE, and now all of a sudden, when we don't see it anymore.
Then again, if you look at it, historically speaking, most times when someone has the fancy entrance, they lose.
They fucking lose, yeah, exactly. Especially
Rusev came in on a fucking tank, which, I'm sorry, I would have lost too. Like, I get to ride on a fucking tank? Fuck that. That's awesome.
Okay, here we go. Adam Awesome says, I would put my entire bank account on Balor not winning.
Would you put your entire bank account into my bank account, for number one? For number two, what are we talking in your bank account before we make this deal?
We get Demon Balor ain't mean shit to Demon Balor undefeated, so we'll see. Brock Lesnar is Brock Lesnar. Hey, I'm with you, Lit Mantis. You know me.
UFC
you know me,
Lit
Mantis. I am a Brock Lesnar guy. He's a fucking
NCAA
animal.
heavyweight wrestling champ, WWE champ. I mean, a couple of those are work titles, so what the fuck?
Yeah, but still, come on.
And
Finn did wear red tonight, so he was tapping into his demon. Brock got to enter that scary USADA testing that he fears. So, yeah, you got to get the title off him sooner or later. Demon loses Lesnar career over. Brock will retain, and at WrestleMania, we're going to have Brock versus Seth for the Universal title. Okay, I've been hearing that a lot.
I mean, Seth is, I just don't see, like, Finn Balor's of the same mode of, like, Seth and AJ and Bryan. But, like, everyone has so much reverence for them and nothing for Finn. And I think it stems back to some of them who weren't familiar with his New Japan shit. just see what they've done with him here, and like.
Yeah, see, I didn't see much of his New Japan shit at all.
Yeah, his New Japan shit was fucking awesome.
That's all. It's all I hear is how great it is. He's been chasing since he come back. How long is he going to chase? It's a good point, but he hasn't been at the forefront of the chase. He's been kind of languishing down below.
How would you say he's been chasing since he came back? Like, what has he done? Tell me one thing he's done to indicate before he came out tonight and said. In fact, he said, "I'm tired of not being in this conversation." So he has not really been chasing. He's just been fighting randos after randos, whoever they want him to fight, they book him against. But none of that was leading towards a universal title. Like, that was the one thing I didn't get with the commentary was they're like, he's been chasing it for 2 years. Like, when the fuck was he doing that? Because he was doing bullshit with Constable fucking Opie. And
Constable Opie. He did have the one match against Roman Reigns where Roman gave him the rematch. But we shall see. Okay. Thank you, Young Raph. Shout out to you, sir, for all the Super Hearts. We appreciate that. And Take the Bump says it. Kayfabe Silky. Finn doesn't come out as the demon all the time because he doesn't want to take in control.
Why wouldn't you, though?
Cause, man, you can't be the fucking
Brock
demon
comes
when
out
you
as
go
the
to the
beast
grocery
every
store
fucking
and
time.
shit like that.
I would.
Unless you're Neville or Pac and you go everywhere in your fucking ring trunks. Did you see that shit at the All In rally where he's the only guy that comes out in his ring trunks? I thought that was great. Give Cena number 17 for fuck's sake so he can go away, says Steve Weiss.
No, fuck that.
Finn versus The Undertaker. Taker retires. I think old school WWE fans fucking brains would explode.
I put that up there with John Cena and Undertaker. I did not want to see.
You probably want to see Finn and Undertaker even less.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Less. Definitely. Way less.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see The Undertaker. I thought I made that abundantly clear.
Made that clear.
Yeah, okay.
Seth Rollins' last good run was his heel run. I totally agree. That heel run was great. And yes, Lit Mantis, Lashley is really the Intercontinental Champion. We're not making that. That's the second person who didn't watch Raw. It's like, what the fuck's... Are you serious? He's really the Intercontinental Champion?
All right, let's get to UK TakeOver since, it's kind of... Let's get to that.
All right, we can talk UK TakeOver. And what about Demon Silky?
You might see him. I mean, I got a Falls Count Anywhere match coming up, so I might have to bring out some because he beat me in the 3 Stages of Hell, and I'd really not like to have that happen again. Yeah,
for sure. Okay, before we move on to NXT, we might not get to NXT till Thursday because there's some other weird shit about Monday Night Raw.
Oh yeah,
talk about.
Let's talk about fucking what the fuck.
Okay, so
I told you. See, I told your punk ass. That's why I fucking hate
the moment of
Otis
bliss.
Fucking Dozovich.
Okay, Otis
First
Dozovich
of all,
is a
this has nothing to do with anything going on. She unveils.
He's a treat.
She unveils these women's tag team titles, which look pretty dope.
Now let's set it up for the people who didn't watch. This is a moment of bliss, the new
moment of bliss, the new talk show
segment that we have with Alexa Bliss.
And then
her guest tonight was
Paul Heyman. But before Paul Heyman comes out, she unveils the women's tag team titles,
which look fantastic.
They do.
Let's give WWE props where they deserve it. The NXT UK belts are fucking awesome, and I love those. I'd put these on par with the NXT UK belts. Those tag belts are fucking amazing. The women's tag belts are amazing. And I don't know if you caught this because Silky was en route to $1 Million Studios when this happened. So the way we are going to crown our first ever women's tag team champions in WWE, well, this go round anyway, at Elimination Chamber right here in Houston, Texas.
Right here.
There will be 6 tag teams, 6 women's tag teams, 3 from Raw, 3 from SmackDown, in an Elimination Chamber match. The winner will become the first ever WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Now, that was what Alexa Bliss announced prior to Paul Heyman coming out and things going downhill from there. So, Elimination Chamber, Houston, Texas, next month, February. You will have 6 women's tag teams, 3 from Raw, 3 from SmackDown Live. The winner becoming the first ever WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. What are you thinking about that, Silky? You like the Elimination Chamber match idea?
That's okay. I didn't like the first tag team one. I think it's better suited for one person. You know what I mean? Like
one person in the pod.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just too many people.
Yeah. Okay, so let's
fucking people in that.
Let's get to Otis because I'm with Lit Mantis. Don't you dare talk shit about Otis. You can't talk shit about Otis Dozovich. He's a national treasure, as Raven's Blood said.
He's not a national treasure. That simple looking bastard.
Okay, so here's the first thing that happens. So first of all, we get and I have a theory on this, and I'm gonna I'm going to give you my theory here in just a minute. So prior to A Moment of Bliss, and for those of you that might watch the replay of Raw, there are several of our male viewers that will probably definitely watch it now, at least for this segment, because some rando is backstage with a coffee cup, taking Alexa Bliss's coffee. He's knocking on her dressing room door. She doesn't answer. So naturally, he helps himself inside because, who the fuck doesn't do that?
Yeah.
When you knock on the door, you just help yourself and go inside. So he goes inside, and there is Alexa Bliss topless.
Yes.
With her back to the camera at first, and then she turns around and she's, holding the top over the puppies there and telling him to get lost and so on and so forth. I have no fucking idea what the point of this segment was. Now, until just a few minutes later when the whole Otis thing happened. Now, I will say my theory is earlier in the show, we saw Jerry the King Lawler come out of Vince's dressing room. Is it any coincidence that we got puppies on a Raw episode when Jerry the King Lawler is coming out of Vince's episode? I don't think so. You can thank the King for that one. That's my personal take. I think that's where that came from. Now, on to A Moment of Bliss. She announces the women's tag team titles. Then Paul Heyman comes out to talk about him because
naturally,
why the fuck? That doesn't make any sense at all. And all of a sudden, you see this weird head like above the backdrop, kind of wandering in the background. And I'm thinking that some dipshit cameraman has wandered into the shot behind the set there. And Paul Heyman even says something about it. He looks at Alexa Bliss and goes, hey, eye contact. You look at me, I'll look at you. The guy gets closer, and it's fucking Otis Dozovich. And he just starts spouting out random shit. Like, literally
Does he
gibberish. It makes no... He's just going...
Like, did he lose?
And that's all he's fucking doing. It makes no sense whatsoever.
I fucking hate him so much. I wasn't a big fan.
Funny.
Now I full on hate him.
It was so funny. And then his partner comes out, and he's like, oh, what are you doing? Come on. We're so sorry about this. Sorry. Come on. And he starts dragging him back. And then Otis and the only thing I could make out is when his partner's dragging him away, Otis starts looking at Alexa Bliss going, pretty lady. And he's like freaking out. And I'm thinking, okay, this could very easily be the start of a really odd and really painfully awkward angle where Otis Dozovich is just enamored with Alexa Bliss. And he just starts talking random gibberish because it was fucking insane. So we got to finish this. I know I'm getting sidetracked because it was so insane. So to finish the whole thing, after Otis Dozovich finally gets pulled backstage, Alexa Bliss and Paul Heyman just kind of look at each other.
And then you hear,
and then the bell
following
rings.
Matches for the number one. I'm like,
go directly to the fucking fatal four-way to figure out who's going to face
it was
Brock
so
Lesnar.
bad. I hate him so much. That simple looking bastard.
Oh my God. What is it that Corey Graves said? Get that something hillbilly out of here.
Yeah, I forgot what it was. Something hillbilly.
It was so great.
But one thing you didn't mention was you showed me when I got here the pause on the screen after the scene with Alexa Bliss and the top, and he paused it on like the shot of the commentators and Corey Graves' face though. Like,
if you don't follow us on Twitter, you should be at Speez Benchmark. And I tweeted it out earlier. I took a still shot of Corey Graves, and they come back to the announce team after the Alexa Bliss topless in the dressing room scene. And Renee's got the job of pitching to that movie Glass, which we saw about 9,000 advertisements for. But before that, Corey Graves has got a hand on Michael Cole's shoulder, and he's like, he has this look on his face like he's totally blown away by the Alexa Bliss thing. It was so great. So yeah, so that's the debut of Otis Dozovich and Heavy Machinery on Monday Night Raw. It's like At the Table said he wanted some of Alexa. He sounded like a caveman.
Oh my God!
It's just
is that his new gimmick? Like, does he not speak now?
Why do you hate him? Somebody says that. DX says, why do you hate Otis Dozovich?
I fucking hate him.
Why?
I just do. Like, I hate not the person obviously, but like the whole character. I didn't like it in NXT. I was like, I fucking hate that character. It's just like it makes no sense to me. It's fucking retarded. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't say that, but it's fucking stupid. Like, I hate it. I hate everything about it. And you can book me versus Otis. I would gladly tell him to his face because he's like 4'8".
Okay, well, Get the Table says book it. Otis Dozovich versus Silky Baines. Here we go.
And then
Let's do it.
Oh yeah, and then the back, like all of this, like they mentioned that since they did from weeks they've been running those promos about the 6 people coming up from NXT, and then
and they were all like.
They all like did
cameo
cameos, like Stan Lee style cameos on the fucking wrestling show.
That's exactly what it was.
EC3 just stands there on the outside of Vince McMahon's office.
It's like you're panning along and you're like, oh, hey, there's EC3.
Yeah.
Finn Balor's walking around backstage.
And then sees Lacey Evans with that. And I meant to text you bad bitch alert because she was talking to Dana Brooke, and you know how,
Lacey Evans pretty bad too.
Lacey, but no,
she's
Dana
smoking,
Brooke.
dude.
Yeah,
the only one, and before we move along,
with 2 C's,
Red Leaf Retrocast puts it perfectly. He says, so let me get this straight. Here's our new tag team titles with Comedy Crazy Dozovich and Half Naked Alexa Bliss. I'm so confused. That's exactly what all of us who were watching said. You had topless Alexa Bliss, and then she comes out on stage, no reference to the fact that, and screw that cameraman, you figure she'd say something sassy. She doesn't mention it at all. Paul Heyman's there. Don't forget about Paul Heyman.
Yeah,
Paul Heyman's there as her guest when they introduce the women's tag team titles, and then Otis Dozovich comes out like a raving fucking lunatic, and we cut directly to the main event. It was complete insanity.
Really...
Now, we did have one debut that was noteworthy, and Brooke brings it up here, and
and that's the
Nikki
thing.
Cross. Nikki Cross came out.
It's not really a debut because they were talking about they're going to be appearing on until they're assigned or they decide. I don't know, because on one hand, like with Lars Sullivan, there's like which one will he decide, but they were talking about being assigned, like, so they're going to be appearing on Raw and SmackDown until they get shows to be on.
Right.
So that's why Nikki Cross has already been on SmackDown. She took the spot tonight on Raw.
Yeah, and for those of you who didn't who are getting your information from us, we had a tag team match earlier in the night where Ronda Rousey teamed up with Sasha Banks because they're about to have a match together. So why not put them in a tag team?
That's Wrestling 101. Like, that's been done. Like, I hated the manufactured heat. Like, generally when you do that, you do it with guys that hate each other.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Force them to have to interact with one another, and but this was just like the whole, they're all smiling, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat you." What? Bitch, you still gonna beat me?
So basically,
bitch, I'm gonna beat you.
Let's walk everybody through.
That is my transcript. That's the black transcript of what happened in that.
Yeah. So basically, what happened is Ronda and Sasha won. They were both gushing over one another and how great they are, and Ronda let slip that, and a victory over Sasha Banks would be so great, and Sasha started with the shit that Silky just did much better than I would.
Yeah.
And they were kind of sass-mouthing each other, as they're going backstage. So as they go backstage, we transition to Bayley, who's trying to get Sasha away from Ronda, and Natalya, who's trying to get Ronda away from Sasha. And they're yep. They start fighting with each other. Bayley saying, "Oh, it's all Ronda's fault." Blah blah blah.
It's all Sasha's fault. No, it's all Ronda.
And in come the Riot Squad, and they say, "Oh, too bad." There you go. There's your match. We got a 6-man women's tag match. So it was going to be Bayley and Natalya taking on the Riot Squad, and they had a special surprise third member, and the third member was Nikki Cross, who's fucking outstanding.
Yeah, she was the bright spot in that match.
Outstanding. I mean, just waiting outside the ring for a tag, and she's wandering up and down the fucking outside of the ring and just banging her head like a fucking maniac. She's brilliant.
My favorite part was when Bayley's in and tags her in first, and she does a little spot, and then like all 3 of the Riot Squad come in, and then Bayley and Natalya come in, and she's just like, "No, let Nikki play.
Yeah,
let Nikki play." And they just back
so
up,
great.
and she goes at all of them. I thought it was pretty dope. I loved that. That was a good showing of your young talent. The rest of that shit was hot garbage.
Yeah. Now, NoFX said, "Holy shit, she showed up on Raw. I had her pegged for SmackDown Live again." We don't know for sure at this point. They're kind of seeing where these guys and gals fit in, so we shall see.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure you'll see some of them on SmackDown tomorrow.
Coffee Black says they're both face. I read Lars Sullivan has been having mental breakdowns backstage. I think I remember hearing something about that. I don't know any confirmation on it just yet. Sasha versus Ronda will be absolutely glorious. We shall see. And what's with the 6 women tag matches every week? Yeah, the tag
And
titles
Riot
showing up will be
Squad.
nice.
And
Tag
the
titles showing
Riot
up will be
fucking
nice.
squad, like, I mean, can they go any lower? Can you really bury them any more than
Silky and I talked about this via text message. Does it not feel like Sarah Logan should be outside of the Riot Squad and be normal, and Nikki Cross should be the one in the
Definitely.
fucking Riot Squad? Because we talk about this. This is like a weekly running gag on our show, but I still have no idea what the fuck Sarah Logan's gimmick is.
She's a Viking.
She's not a
Renaissance.
Viking.
Because she started off as a hillbilly. She became a hillbilly Viking. Well, not a hill. Yeah, pretty much like a better term. She was a hillbilly, and then she was a Viking, and now she's a hillbilly Viking.
Okay. Thank you, Steve Wazers and Young Raph for the super arts. And thank you, Silky, for that great explanation.
I
of
mean,
her
that's the
fucking-
best because she still dresses more like the hillbilly with the jean shorts and stuff. Remember when she was the Tennessee something or another, whatever?
Holla,
And I
holla,
love how-
player. We got us a 6-woman tag match.
Like, it was bad. It was. I don't like how they're doing with the Riot Squad, like, at all.
Yeah, it's very...
They are not a factor.
Okay, Young Raph says she's a Viking, too. That's the fucking oddest looking Viking I've ever seen. But
I mean, because that's the type of shit she's into in real life.
yeah, didn't she have like a weird like Renaissance wedding?
Yeah, her and Ray had a Viking wedding. Like,
Okay.
they made their stuff. They dressed up like the pictures are like they're dressed like Viking regalia for their wedding.
Your boy Ray.
Yeah. What about?
You said Ray and
Oh,
Sarah
Ray
Logan.
Rowe.
Yeah, I didn't know Ray Rowe and Sarah Logan were a thing.
Yeah.
See, I don't keep up with this shit. I don't watch Total Bellas, so I don't know this shit. Like
They're
Silky
not
does.
on Total Bells. I
No,
know
I'm
Ray
just
Rowe.
joking.
Like, fuck you, first of all.
They didn't do anything with her on NXT either, did they? Yeah, not really
not
so
really.
much. Quick look ahead to SmackDown Live tomorrow. I saw that we will be seeing
The best tag team in the world ahead of their match at the
the
fucking
Revival.
Royal Rumble.
And by the way, shout out to the Revival. We didn't talk about it very much, but of course the Revival got the win
We
tonight
did
over the
talk about
Lucha
that.
House Party. We only talked about it briefly. We should be giving them a lot more love.
No, because it was not a big win because it was a
it's a great win because
was a win,
They
and it-
exercised the demons against those fucking twats from the Lucha House Party.
Those
cheating
2020
motherfuckers.
cunty men.
That's right. So that was good. But we've got. I saw one match, the women's match for tomorrow, and now I'm totally drawing a blank on it, so I can't even remember what it is. It's Sonya Deville taking on fucking somebody, and I can't remember who it is to save my life now. So anyway, SmackDown Live tomorrow.
Brooke wants to know, did you know Finn Balor's one of the guys that trained Nikki Cross?
I did not know that.
And he trained Becky Lynch.
I did know he trained Becky Lynch.
And Jordan Devlin from
Jordan
NXT.
Devlin.
The guy he wrestled on NXT Blackpool.
Takeover Blackpool.
Which that was a crazy pop. Like when he came out, which I mean you kind of saw it coming. But I was kind of disappointed because I'm a big Travis Banks fan.
Yeah, I was very disappointed.
I was
for Travis
really
Banks.
looking forward to the Travis Banks Jordan Devlin match, but they did the whole like he tacked him before the show, then he tacked him right before the match, and they were like, "Well, we felt like you would do this, so instead of doing something to prevent you from doing it, we're just gonna get someone else." Like,
Yeah, it was like, fuck that. Why don't you
yeah,
prevent him from doing it so I can have
yeah,
my fucking
fuck
match?
Travis Banks.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
got Finn Balor, so Finn Balor comes. They have a good match.
Shout out to you, Michael Jr. We're doing well,
Yeah,
buddy. Hope
just
you're doing
a
okay.
short recap. That was a really good one. Tony Storm and Rhea Ripley was pretty good.
Yeah, spoiler alert to those of you who haven't watched NXT UK Takeover yet. We did get the crowning of the tag team champions, which is the only match I got through because I was at the gym today. I was like, oh, I'll watch the NXT Takeover. And the whole fucking time I was there practically was that tag team match at the beginning, which was a very good tag team match.
Yep.
Mustache Mountain, but they came up short.
To Zach Gibson and James Drake. And
Zach
then,
Gibson and James Drake, your UK tag team champions.
Yep, and then
Supposed to be Jordan Devlin.
Jordan Devlin versus Finn Balor was the match. That was a good match. Finn Balor won. We had Eddie Dennis versus Dave Mastiff in a no DQ match.
Yeah,
which
I know fuck all about either one of those guys. So
that was Dave Mastiff is the real big dude that I told you I like. They stopped they do it at the beginning, but they used to follow him where it's like he walks and everything shakes, like the camera shakes.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
So that was pretty decent. I mean, that Eddie Dennis dude is fucking strong. Like, I feel like it kind of took away from it because Dave Mastiff's like 300 fucking pounds, and he had the motherfucker up and gave him the border toss. Like, granted, he didn't lift him up like the guy was on the ropes, But he still gave, like, and the funny thing was he caught him on a crossbody, and, like, you could see his legs just wobbling. Like, but that was good. Toni Storm beat Rhea Ripley, which was a great match.
Yeah, new women's UK
But let's
champion
get to the end. Great match. Pete Dunne,
still your champion, 600+ days.
604. And after, Walter shows up.
That's a big motherfucker, man.
And fucking the crowd goes ape shit, and they're staring off, and Joe Coffey comes in the ring, and he just fucking kicks him in the face, and then does this thing, like, stands up like this, so Pete Dunne gets in his face, and that was it. Like, it was fucking amazing.
Yeah,
that was the best part. I literally
ending.
watched it just for that.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome.
Oh, she'll be waiting. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, enough of that shit.
Okay, we got someone on the phone. Let's.
Yeah, I was waiting to see what they were calling on, see if our screener had here. But the reason why they featured Finn Balor, because UK needs some attention. Yeah, I totally don't have.
No, I don't have a problem.
It was the right move, but at the same time,
Yeah.
you know, like Ravensblood said, Travis Banks and Jordan Devlin could have been a really good match. I don't think anybody who bought a ticket was really complaining that Finn Balor showed up.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, it now give me Walter versus Silky in a chop battle. Hey, I don't think
Fuck
Silky wants any
that.
part of that shit.
Chops are not the
I
one
told you,
thing
man.
I am not that great at. So no, I saw what he did to Sammy. Saw what he did to our boy Sammy. So
Oh shit!
fuck that.
Sammy looked like fucking.
And then I just saw something online where it was like an old video, him and Zack Sabre Jr. where Zack Sabre Jr. was just pie facing him and one chop, and it sounded like a gunshot. Like you really got the Rick James, like I think I'm bleeding inside my chest. That's the vibe I got. Like he just dead.
All right, we got somebody on the phone lines here, so let's get to the phones before we call it a night. What's going on, caller? You are here on the Speez and the Benchmark show. What's going on? Michael, what's going on, buddy? Oh, hold on, Michael. For some reason, it went wonky on me there. There we go. Now we got you, Michael. What's going on, man?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Doing well, man. What's on your mind?
Man, Raw tonight. It was wild, I see.
Yeah, it definitely was.
It had
I
its,
see that Balor finally. Huh?
it had its moments. It had its weird moments. It had its, you know, some somewhat crummy Raw moments, but plenty to talk about for a change. So that was a nice change of pace.
Yeah. The best part to me was the Balor getting his shot finally at Brock Lesnar.
Now, settle the debate for us, because you got folks like Lidmantis saying there's no way in hell that Finn Balor beats Brock Lesnar. You got Silky doing his Bobby the Brain Heenan thing where he goes half and half and says, okay, if Demon Finn shows up, he's going to win. If regular Finn shows up, he's going to lose. Settle the debate for us. Do you give Finn Balor a shot at the Royal Rumble against Lesnar?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, because with Finn facing Brock, he's most likely going to lose. But when he does lose, I hope Finn goes for the IC title next, because he really should have went for that. But he got what he actually deserved, and that's the Universal title shot against Brock Lesnar.
Do you think we see the Demon or no?
We should.
We should. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we shall see. It's funny. I just now saw the comment that Michael wants to talk about how Raw sucks. So, but it actually didn't suck too bad tonight, so that was a good thing. Anything else before we let you go, Michael?
Yeah. Let's see, the women's tag titles. Now, that's a prediction I thought I was going to see at WrestleMania, but they made it for the Elimination Chamber, which another prediction I had for. And really, I see Sasha and Bayley winning, but I hope Jessica Manduke and Marina Shafir comes to the main roster really soon and challenge them. And then Shayna Baszler comes with them, and we'll see all the horsewomen be on the main roster and go for all the titles.
We'll see, man. It's gonna be hard for Jessamine Duke to get up to the main roster that quickly. And Michael, we're gonna let you go, buddy. Thank you so much for the call. We appreciate it, man. Just so we can get out of here on time. But yeah, I don't think they'll come up right now. It's gonna be too soon for them. I think you're gonna see teams like the Iconics. You're definitely gonna see Sasha and Bayley. I mean, maybe find something for Dana Brooke finally, get her in there with a tag team.
Bad bitch alert.
You're going to see the Riot Squad. It'll be interesting to see who of the Riot Squad we see. Mandy Rose.
They're going to lose. So it doesn't matter who we see. Any two of those three are going to lose.
Yeah.
the way they've been booked.
But, and then you give it time. Like Michael said, he might have waited to see or wanted to see it at WrestleMania. But now you give it time. You introduce them in February, and you got time to build it for a couple months to get yourself a big match at WrestleMania. So, folks, it was a great show tonight. Great crowd tonight. Thank you very much to all of you who showed up. Thanks to all of you who left the Super Hearts. We are always grateful for that. And again, if you have not subscribed to the program, we hope you will do that. We are at Speez Benchmark on Periscope, and we are at tinyurl.com/Speez Benchmark on the YouTubes. So you can catch us there every Monday night after Monday Night Raw and every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. So we will be back here on Thursday night. Silky, anything else to tell the people before we say goodnight this evening?
No. Next show I got is in February the 23rd. So until then, fuck the Revival.
Oh, God. You're welcome, Brooke. That was just for you, Silky. Had to get it out there one last time. For the Benchmark, Silky Baines.
Yo.
Chris Bezak, thank you so much for being with us, everybody. We will see you Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central, right here on the Speez and the Benchmark Show. Good night, everybody.